Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. क्या हाल चाल है आपका? I hope you're all right. Sorry, switching in Urdu. I hope all of you are fine. We're still waiting for a few more people to join in. I don't know why it's a lazy end of the week or something, but very important discussion today. And yesterday, Tehmina had done the similar conversation with members, and there was one particular remark which is sticking in my mind, which is exactly what have we been trying to deliver, and the message is now loud and clear. There was a member who came on, and he was very enthusiastic. He raised his hand. We unmuted that individual, and he went on to say that my life in the last 48 hours has changed, and I'm all together. I mean, when I'm going out on the road, I'm looking at businesses, I'm looking at opportunities, and looking at how I can be a part of this startup ecosystem. So I think that was the message. That was a very, very strong message that we've been able to deliver home very, very, comfortably. And hats off to Tehmina. I mean, the way she's been taking these sessions, the way the messages that she leaves behind that sticks in your mind is so very clear. And I hope once the session is over also these are going to stick in your mind, which is in fact it very clearly indicates the success of what the trainer has been trying to teach. So thank you very much, Tehmina. You've been putting in a lot of effort. I know that you've been putting in a lot of effort, and that too just for the benefit of our members. So thank you very much. I hope all our participants are going to make full use of this opportunity. And Temina, just like you shared and announced to them that by the end of the Six Digits program, we will want that you people should be ready to present your business ideas in front of of a high level group of either investors or venture capitalists or judges who would want to encourage you more, or who would want to give you exciting offers, maybe not necessarily finances, but at least let's say space at an incubator or something like that, that will encourage and motivate you further to take this opportunity. So Tamina, once again, thank you so very much. And without any further ado, I will hand over to you. You have plans for today and the next 2 days. I think it's going to be extensive work by the participants in the unmoderated sessions. And then for this particular group, the submission deadline for their business canvas model is going to be Tuesday. So Feroz, if you can take note of that. For members, it's Monday. For future members, it's Tuesday. So within these few days now, I hope people will very, very seriously work on their business ideas. I know there have been some very exciting ideas shared, by the future members as well. And we would definitely want a lot of ideas flowing. In fact, Amina is going to motivate all of you to have at least one idea each, which means if we have about 40 individuals attending today's session, there should be 40 brilliant ideas that we would want to see ready and shared with us. So, Samina, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harun. It was a great pleasure for me to have such a nice feedback from you, and I'm glad to be here. And hello, everyone. And we meet again today, and I hope that we have a memorable time today as well. So, with your participation, I guess we are going to make a difference in these sessions. So, let's discuss, first of all, some of the key takeaways from the last session. So, we are going to use these takeaways from you as an icebreaker, and I would like to unmute you, and you will have to speak about your takeaways from the previous sessions. So, give it a thought and raise your hands. So, let me hear your beautiful voices today. So, who's up for this? And I would expect a lot of people there to raise their hands. So let's raise your hand and let me know what was your key takeaway from the last session. What did you learn from that? So let's see who we have with us. So hand raises, please. Any hand raises? Yeah, we have one. Sara Batul. Sara Batul, I'm going to unmute you. And now you can unmute yourself. Sara, please unmute yourself and you can
Ji,
speak.
I just did. Assalamu alaikum, Tamina. Pleasure
Welcome.
to
How are you, Sara?
speak right now in front of you. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So what were your key takeaways from the last session?
Um, Overall, well, the last session was about all the elements of the business model canvas and how each element is related to each other too. So it was mainly on that, and then you elaborated individually on each elements, like the key partners and the key resources and everything under it. And I've been in
Right.
travel, so I tried my best to listen to as much with as much
That's
focus
great.
as I
Really, really
can.
great. Yeah, I
Yes, and
appreciate your effort.
yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to that was mainly that was the idea that you highlighted upon. So yeah, that's that for
Right.
me, and look forward to learn more
Thank you
today
very much,
from
Sara.
you.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you, Sara. So
Thank you.
who's up next? Let me know what did you learn from the last session. And I need all of you to speak today because that's how we are going to be running this session today. We have some other elements as well to discuss, but first of all, I would like you to participate through your voice. So we have Zara Azam. Okay, Zara, I have unmuted you. You can unmute yourself now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome,
Can
Sam
anyone
Zara.
hear me?
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. So my key takeaway from last session was that something that really opened up my mind and to learn and to listen about what you were saying. Like it opened up my mind. It took the fear away of learning about the startups. That was that you said um, start a business not to make it not with the aim of making it successful or profitable, like
Yeah.
started to learn for experience.
Yes,
So
definitely.
that really lightened my burden,
That's
like
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
softened the
you will be
fear.
presenting your business idea to us today, right? It means you must have come up with some ideas in that case.
I have thought of many ideas. One I actually did
Right.
present in
Great.
the last unmoderated session. So
Right.
let's see how it goes.
Okay. Okay. Good luck. Thank you very much, Zara.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have Asad with us. Asad, you can now speak. I have unmuted you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Asad, we can.
First of all, Assalamu alaikum. And
Welcome,
it
Sam.
was a great session. Last session was a great, and I got a lot of things to learn. The main and important things which I learned is that value creation and value proposition should be a starting point of your business. And I have a
Right.
question for you as well, which I could not
Mhm.
ask in last session.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so as you just mentioned that the startup ecosystem is a machinery which takes input in the shape of ideas and convert in output in the shape of companies. Okay, so
Yes.
the more new and unique ideas we have, the more startup ecosystem is gonna uh, great and it's gonna successful. Okay,
Yes.
so as far as
But there
as
are,
far
do
as I
not forget,
know,
there are other ingredients as well. They all merge
yes, yes.
together to build a strengthened ecosystem, right?
Yes, I know. I know. As, so the idea should be unique and innovative.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. it can be innovative. It doesn't have to be unique. It just have to be solving a problem for the customer. Most of the times that we we develop a fear of going through our idea is because we keep on thinking that it has to be unique. Every idea is unique as long as it's
Mm-hmm.
solving a problem for a customer. Obviously, if I have a problem
Okay.
and someone is proposing me an idea
Okay.
that can resolve my problem, then it's going to be unique for me. So
Okay.
every idea is unique as
Okay.
long as it solves a problem.
Okay. 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 Thank you. That's it. That's it. I got it.
Okay. Thank you, Asad. And one more thing I would like to clarify here. The first step that you should be starting your business model canvas with is customer segments. Okay. You have to build on your customer segments first and then move on to the value proposition. So, who's up next? Who do we have next to tell us what did they learn from their previous session? Because we are using this as an icebreaker and I want new people to give me their opinions, your suggestions. So, anybody else? No more hand raises? Okay, let me tell you one more thing again, reiterate it for you that your final certificate is dependent on your participation in these sessions and your outcome of each training module. So make as much participation as you can. You have to speak in these sessions because that's how you are going to develop yourself. So make sure you all raise your hands. So we have Muhammad Danial. Muhammad Danial, I have unmuted you and you can unmute yourself now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. First of all, thank you for raising your hand. It means a lot that you're participating.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good evening. Last session in we it was very enriched with a lot of ideas and potential, and many of us shared their business ideas, and they all
Mhm.
were amazing. But there is a thing in my mind, and I need your opinion on that thing. There's a thing like business feasibility thing, and like
Yes.
many of us sharing their ideas, and
Hmm.
but there are ideas that lack some sort of feasibility, like.
Yes.
And I want you to put some light on that.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Muhammad Danial. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you are going to plot your business idea on the business canvas model because it's your first step. It's your first step towards analyzing your business from a perspective that whether it's going to be successful or whether the idea is viable enough. The second step we are
Exactly.
going to be discussing in today's session. I will be teaching you, giving you a brief summary of that how to validate your business canvas model in the next step, and then how to tell your story. So today we are going to put some light on how to validate your business canvas model. I will give you some easy steps to do that. We will be discussing the minimum viable product option there and how to test your business idea and then how to present your business idea in the form of a story. So we will be discussing those things in the current sessions. But the first step is going to be you will have to come up with your business canvas model because that canvas model is going to be used in the next phase for validation. Right, Muhammad Anyal?
Okay, okay, all right. Then I am more excited for the today's session.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we have Muhammad Anis Khan with us. Let me unmute you. Yeah, you can talk now. Muhammad Anis, your voice is distorted. Still, there's distortion. Mm, can't understand. Okay, we can move on to Shahraya. Okay, Shaharia. Shaharia, I'm going to unmute you and then you can speak. Okay, Shaharia, now you are unmuted. Shaharia, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Although I have some cough and flu. It's the season.
Yeah, it is. You should be
Yeah.
very careful nowadays.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
In previous session, I actually learned how to organize my business ideas because
Mm-hmm.
whenever we face different problems, we have different ideas in our mind that we can do these and we can do that.
Yeah.
But in previous session, one thing that I learned is whenever we have an idea, we can write it down and plot it
Yes.
in business canvas, then so that we can
Mm-hmm.
actually work on later how to
Hmm.
do organize the business ideas and see, and later we can see the feasibility through the
Yes.
business plotting and see whether
Yes.
it is feasible or not, and then later on we can work on it, how to organize the things and collect the investors, or how to invest, or how can I carry on later. That's the main
Yeah.
thing I actually learned in previous session.
Yeah, that's great. And that was the key thing you were supposed to learn. So you got the key takeaways. Thank you, Shaharia. So let's proceed with the session today. Well, I hope you have done your assignments for preparing the drafts of business canvas model that I had given you last session. So now that we have an idea with us, we can refine the business model canvas. What I will need you to do today is you have to present your value proposition and the customer segments. So we are going to see how attractive your value proposition is with respect to your customer segments. So let's see how many have you done that assignment. And I would like to have all of you to present your ideas and at least your value proposition so that we can compare it with your customer segments. So those are the main two parts to start with the business canvas model. And those are the two parts we are going to be refining. So let's see who's up for that. Raise your hands. You only have to present two steps at the moment: your value proposition and your customer segment, because the first step was customer segment. So obviously I am thinking that it's prepared till now. And the second step was value proposition. So you just have to present your customer segment and value proposition, and we'll decide how much potential your idea holds. And all of us are going to be participating in this, and all of us are going to be providing valuable suggestions. Do not forget, you are part of the ecosystem, and you are those key ingredients that make up the startup ecosystem strengthen. So let's see what our participants have to provide today. So hand raises, come up with your business propositions and customer segments. Make up your mind, come on, raise hand. Keep your eyes on the final certificate, and all the fear will dissolve. It will help you to speak today. You just have to present your value proposition and your customer segments. That's it. And if there is any help you want, we are here to help that. So, who's up for the challenge? Okay, anybody? We started doing that assignment in the last session. Or do you want me to start calling names? Because in that case, I will record the name and mark the assignment not done. And we don't want to do that, right? So who's up? Yes, here we have someone showing a lot of courage, Hassan Farooq. Hassan Farooq, I'm going to unmute you and then you can. Hassan Farooq, where did you go? Hassan, can you raise your hand again? Hassan Farooq, can you raise your hand? Hassan Farooq, please raise your hand again, because I could see your hand raised, but not anymore. Hassan Farooq. Okay, I guess Hassan has decided to unraise his hand in that case. Okay, who else wants to contribute? Yes, Shaharia, it's okay. You don't have to prepare the slides for that. Okay, I can see what was the misconception there. You don't have to prepare the slides at the moment. That's for the next step. You just have to present your value proposition and your customer segments. So you're only going to speak about it. That's it. So you can do it. Okay, Mohammad Danial, prepare yourself for that. So anybody who's ready can raise the hand. Okay, Hassan Farooq says, I have raised my hand. Okay, let me search your name in that case. Okay, I got you. Hassan Farooq. Hassan Farooq, you are unmuted and now you can speak. Hassan Farooq, can you speak now?
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Welcome, Sam. Yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. So, I know this might be worthy of a laugh or something, but
No.
I
Nobody is
there
going
are
to laugh at it.
no. It's just that I unfortunately would not be able to participate in a way in which you would have wanted. The reason I wanted to raise my hand is basically ask about the proceedings of the session. You said that there was an assignment which was assigned last week. I already am running a venture which I've just recently started, and I'm doing, alhamdulillah, pretty well in that. So, would that be something that I can put into
Yes,
the business
definitely.
model? Maybe
Yeah,
we
this
could
means
have.
you are already a part of the ecosystem. So why not share your experience regarding that? Share your value proposition, your customer segments. It will be beneficial for a lot of participants here.
Okay, and if it does not bother the audience, and you please tell me the things that were required, because I'm planning to watch the previous sessions, which I wasn't able to because the time the
Oh,
sessions are
right.
conducted at, I'm working for a client based in US, and that is the time when I actually have to get in contact with him. So I haven't been able to fully participate in the sessions. If you could
Okay,
just
that's
tell me,
okay.
and I could.
What you can do is, Hassan, just observe what the other participants are going to speak, and then you can present your idea once again.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
All right,
So
thank you.
let's see who's the next. Yeah, thank you very much. So next we have Asad Rafiq with us. Let's hear him out. Asad, you're unmuted and you're on self-mute. Asad, you can unmute yourself. Asad, you can unmute yourself. Asad, are you there with us? Okay, meanwhile, we'll go to the next participant. You can type in the question box, Asad, whatever problem you're facing right now. Okay, we have Nadia Rahim. So Nadia, I'm going to unmute you. And now you can
Hello,
speak.
everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Okay. Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. So what's your business idea for us?
Yeah, it's kind of in a like it's a draft, obviously, but yeah, business idea. I did present it last time. Basically, it's that I wanted to work for the betterment of society. So it's like I was going for high quality adaptive clothing for differently abled people, elderlies, and anyone who like them to improve their quality of life, basically.
Right. So
And
have you structured it in the way that we had seen in the last session?
not yet, because I'm doing job as well, and it's the year closing, so you hopefully you can understand. And the customer segments that I chose, I decided were people who were like unable to work with their hands properly, like people with cerebral issues, and hospitals, obviously,
Right.
an elderly crowd. So yeah, I have
Yes.
worked on it to some extent,
So we
but
can say
yeah,
you have chosen a niche market, right? The
yeah,
segmentation method
yeah.
that you have chosen is niche market.
Niche market, and the cost model that I chose was value model, obviously.
Right. So what are the
Yes.
key component of your value proposition in your business idea?
Quality of life improvement for the people.
And don't you think there
Yeah,
are many
and
other
one more thing,
brands
I researched
doing
the
that?
market. There is no market yet in Pakistan about these things. Now they are not aware. As far as I know, people have not worked on this, and
Yeah.
like it's going to be like with no competitors. I believe it's going to be successful if done correctly.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah,
So what are the needs? What needs have you identified for your customer segment?
needs like easy change of clothes, stuff like that. And obviously, if they are wounded or something, then obviously they do not have to take their entire clothes off. So the matlab, dressing will be done in such a way that it's like easiest for them to improve their
The design
daily
would be
routine.
in such a way that it would be easy for them to change their by themselves, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, making them independent of others to some extent. Obviously, that cannot be 100%. I was going through the internet and I found a shirt with magnetic buttons. So I liked that
Right.
idea. So
Yes.
I did
Yes.
try to search on the products as well. And there were a few things with buttons on the back. Like if someone wants any other person to apply something on the back, so he doesn't need to take off his entire shirt. So yep,
Yeah.
this is how far I
Yeah.
have come. Yeah.
So would you be embedding the fashion element in that? I mean, are the clothing
I
designs
was
going to be
thinking about
standardized, or
it.
will it be according to the current trends?
I think it's going to be customized. Like each individual will have a customized design, because obviously everyone have different needs
Yeah.
when it comes
Yeah.
to So and it's a niche market, so obviously customer centric is a better idea.
Great. Great.
So yes.
Your idea is nice, and I think it has a great potential. So let's see what the participants have to say. So you have heard the idea. So what do you have to say? What do you have to add to it? Do not forget you are part of the startup ecosystem and you're going to help with all these ideas to become successful. So you are playing an important part. Do not forget. That's for all the participants here.
Yeah,
Provide
and
your
anything is
suggestions.
appreciated. Yeah,
Yes,
sorry, I was
definitely.
cutting you off.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So come on, give us your questions. What do you have to ask here? Yeah, definitely good idea. So what are your questions? We are waiting. Type in your questions. Any questions? Is it the cold today that's making you a little bit lazy for typing in the answers or questions? I hope not. Come on, everyone. We need a question. It can also be a sign that you were not listening or something, because I told you in the very beginning this session is going to be very interactive and I will be asking all of you to speak and provide your opinions. So prove useful to this startup ecosystem that we are building here. Okay, we have a question from Mohammed Ans. What market you are planning to capture? I guess she has already answered that. She will be targeting for the elderly market. So Umair Ashraf has said it's the year-end closing. Is it a question?
Half year in, basically.
Okay. Okay, question 1. Have you considered, Hasnan Mahmood has asked, have you considered the relevant number of differently able person in the market you are trying to capture? Good one. So see,
Not
you can have
not
very
yet.
valuable feedback here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say? No,
Not
you
yet,
haven't?
but yeah, I have done a few product researches. So yeah, I know. Matlab, obviously, I need ideas. It's just a initial phase. So yeah, I will be
Yeah.
going through
So
type of patients who need improvement in their clothing and everyone.
yeah. So you will
Yeah.
also need to know if there is a need for the elderly people. Do they agree to buy your product? So you'll have to do that
Right.
research. So it's a very good suggestion. So the next question
Yeah.
is, what about customer affordability? Yeah. What about your pricing?
As I said, that is going to be customized according to their needs, and it's going to be discussed, obviously. So it's up to them whatever to choose. There are going to be different options. But
Right.
obviously, I am going for the high quality material because it is all about comfort and improving lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to compromise on it.
Right.
That's because like
So
we are
we can
creating
say your
value,
value
right?
proposition is yeah, value driven, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's not for
Okay.
everyone, by the way.
Right. So what's the next question? Mohammed Sajid is saying, I think demand for such products are not high. Well, that can only be proved after a research, and I guess
Yeah.
she's going to do that.
Trust
How do you
me,
plan on
there
customer
is a demand.
Yeah. So Hassan Farouk asks, how do you plan on customer acquisition? That's a nice question as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about like marketing on social media, and obviously
Mm-hmm.
hospitals is one of the places that like to market as well,
Mm-hmm.
or get sponsors to market this to doctors
Yes.
and everyone, so they can also give me
Yeah.
better ideas for clothing
Yeah.
and everything. And
Right.
I
So you
have
can
got,
have them as key partners, right?
yeah, my
You're
sister is a
planning to have
doctor
them
as
as key
well.
partners. Yeah, she
So
can
yeah,
help.
yeah,
And you guys can help as well. All the
yeah, please
participants
do.
here are part of a community here. So what we expect is to build a network among you. So please help
Mm.
each other. Please provide valuable suggestions and network with each other. So that's the whole purpose here. So what is the next question we have here for you is, what about elderly people who don't use social media? That's why she was saying that I'm aiming to have key
Hospitals.
partners from hospitals as well. Yeah. Usman Ali. Okay. He says the other hand, purchase power of public also makes business idea weaker. Obviously, it does. But if you're aiming for value creation and you're aiming for a brand name, then definitely you have to charge a high price.
Yeah.
So Hassan Farooq Sultan, and also how would you determine the customization? Yes, we can talk about
Mm.
that. What have you thought about that?
It can be in person or online, but I prefer it should be in person because obviously the measurements and everything needs to be perfect. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
we
the.
have another very good question here. It's going to be a great feedback for you. Aksa Khan asks,
Mhm.
it's really a great idea. Are you going to collaborate with the tailors who will stitch these for you?
I haven't decided yet. Like
Yeah,
collaboration or
do think about
hiring
that.
the tailors, I believe I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to hire people and have an agreement that the design shouldn't be leaked or something because it is an attractive idea, I believe. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to increase in market as far as I have understood that it
Yes.
can start a it will
Mm-hmm.
bring about competitors. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will
And
hire
Aksa has
people.
also provided a suggestion for you here. She says that
Sure.
collaborate with females of shelter home. Yes,
Yeah,
that
I
will
love
add
that
purpose
idea.
to your business. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
work towards women empowerment, and that will add an element of purpose in your business. So then you can
Nice
charge high
idea.
prices because you're helping the community here.
Yeah, I also wanted to do something for women. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Thank
you
you.
can
Thank you.
use that. Yeah, see how many valuable ideas we have here. So, Miles is okay, okay, okay. We have already discussed the things about design and customization. Yeah, shelter homes. Yes. Okay, so it was nice sharing your idea, and you have
Thank
shown a
you.
lot of courage to speak here. And I hope your business idea prevails. And do come up with your business canvas model, because I think you have
Inshallah.
the potential to get selected.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So who we have next in line? Let's see who's ready to present the business idea, because I'm the only one handling the presentations and this as well. So give me some time. So we have, okay, do unraise your hand, those people who have already spoken. Okay, so we have Shaharia Noor. Shaharia Noor, do you want to present your business idea? I have unmuted you again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. The main business idea I came up with last session is about a medical assistant app. I actually talked about it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but my market that I have chosen is mass market, because it will be related to health industry actually.
Mm-hmm.
And my medical assistant app, I actually will need uh, government support for
Mm-hmm.
this one, because in my country what happens is people actually buys medicines from pharmacies. They don't
Mm-hmm.
need any kind of prescriptions, and for that reason there are many people who buys drugs with uh, which is very high power antibiotics, and becomes
Yeah, yeah,
antibiotic resistant, and
yes,
and these actually cost much when they actually
yes.
go for a treatment to doctors, and doctors have to give different types of tests for them, different types of tests, and for that reason they actually struggle later because they become
Mm-hmm.
antibiotic resistant. So
Yes,
what I will
definitely.
my idea is I will create a medical assistant app which will actually target the pharmacies which sells the antibiotics,
Right.
the drugs, and it will record for every person's medical history, what drugs they are consuming, and how much dose they are
Mm-hmm.
consuming, for whom they are purchasing, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and these data will be available in every hospitals, and any doctor can access them, so that they
Right.
can actually properly analyze the customers, the patient's needs,
Full
and
history.
they properly diagnose them, and
Yes.
afterwards they can actually reap the benefit by actually they can actually properly diagnose that what kind of diseases they have previously and how can they treat them. And as
Mm-hmm.
this one will be the money, this one is actually initial idea, and there is no other idea actually that is developed in our country, so this will be the first introduction if I can introduce this one, so there will be no
Yes.
competitor actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do
So
you
that's my
propose to
idea.
gather that data? So how do you propose to gather that data?
Actually, I have to collaborate with the government office, because in my country everyone has a unique national ID. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to collect that data. And I have
Mm-hmm.
to collect the data, and and for that I will obviously need the permission of the government authority. And after
Right.
the collaboration, then I can actually prepare the um this medical assistant app, which will be only available to doctors, because medical records are sensitive for
Yes.
every people. So that's the reason we can actually keep that private and confidential. So now
Mm-hmm.
not everyone can access them.
Yeah. So do you think the customers will be willing to give you your data, their data?
Actually, they will not be giving the data, but it will be collected from the mass authority by, because this will be government collaboration. So government will actually enforce
Okay.
them.
Okay.
That's my idea.
Right. 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 Yeah. Then it's possible. Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's enforced. Okay. What plan do you have to develop this collaboration with the government? Because you're considering
Actually,
government as a key partner here.
yeah. So in that case, I actually having building with actually I'm talking with different uh, partners. Actually, I have many different friends in who is working in um, medical sector. I'm talking with them. My younger sister is also a doctor, so she is also saying that this is a good idea. This will help us a lot. So they are also talking. She is also saying that we can talk to the medical director. Then they can talk to the higher up authority, and after that we can actually go for the plan.
Yes. So what's your customer segment here?
Mass market, because this one is the health industry, so everyone will be included from infant to elder, everyone, elderly
Yeah,
person.
but weren't you saying that this app will be used by the doctors?
Yeah, doctors, only registered doctors will be available to access, those who are registered by the government.
Okay. So if the customers are going to be doctors, right? Because they are
Yeah,
using the
customers
app.
will be yeah, right.
So why have you chosen mass market here?
Mass market, I was actually thinking that the benefit will be reaped by actually the mass people. Though the client is doctors, but the benefit will be reaped by the mass people. That's why I actually said the mass market.
Okay, when you say customer segment, then do not forget here one point, that customer segment means that segment which will be helping you generate revenue. The segment that will be providing you with the revenue, that's paying for your services or goods.
Okay. So
So
in that case,
if you are
not
saying,
doctors will be paying, but the government will be
yes,
collaborating. So
yeah,
government will be actually collaborating with me, and they will be paying. So
yeah,
government is a public authority, right? So
yes,
will I say that is a niche market?
yes, exactly. So you cannot use mass market here.
Okay.
Okay, so do work on that. Okay, so what suggestions, what questions do you have now? Okay, the participants of our ecosystem, let me know what questions or suggestions you have for this marvelous idea. Okay, Aisha Munir says, okay, we have, does pharmacy will also have the public medical records in order to hand the medicine?
No, pharmacy do not have the records, but whenever they will be selling, they will be enforced to keep the records whom they are selling their drugs, and
Right.
that's how we can collect their information, whom they are
Yes.
selling, and how, and from there we can collect the information
Yeah. It will
so that
also
we
help
can
to
properly
maintain the
recognize.
confidentiality.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we have another question here. I have a suggestion. Such an app will require a heavy reliance of qualified, competent, and experienced doctors, and it may supersede cost versus benefit analysis. Okay. How? Let's see. So you should try to counter such issue. Okay. So what do you have to say about that?
Actually, whenever I thought about this idea, actually I thought about the whole population of Bangladesh. So yes, it will cost a heavy amount, and it will require a heavy IT support, heavy infrastructure, IT infrastructure also. So in that case, actually need the government collaboration, and that's the reason am
Definitely.
actually thinking about the government authority, because
Yeah.
first of all, confidentiality, for collecting the resources for enforcement, I will need government support, and government support will obviously not only come by having the approval. It will also come by giving me some subsidies,
Yes.
and
So
that's how
it
we
will
can
help you.
actually proceed. Yeah, so it will help me in creating
Yeah.
the app.
Yeah. And your idea also have the potential for disruption, because I don't think so there are any such databases available. So if you are successfully implementing such an idea, it's going to disrupt the market.
Can you please
Okay.
explain me about that? What
I'm
kind of
saying that your,
disruption?
for example, when Uber was launched,
Mm-hmm.
it changed the whole market. It created a new trend, right?
Yeah, right.
So
This one also
similarly,
integrated.
yes, because there are no similar databases, and we really feel the need for that. because most of the times we are using medication, and it's not just in your country, in many developing countries it's happening. We go for antibiotics and we go for such medication without getting a prescription, and then what? Nobody knows what medication you have used previously, and the next medication the doctor is going to suggest you is not going to work because of your previous usage. So yes,
Yeah,
this
right.
idea holds that potential, so it's a good one.
Yeah.
So let's see what we have here. Have concern, Hijab says. Okay, Hijab, do let us know what's your concern. Sara Batul, I am apprehensive for doctors responding to this because the way they conduct a checkup, I have found it to be real quick few questions from a patient. Yeah, true, Sara. So what do you have to say about that?
Actually, when they will be asking, when they say, actually they actually don't see, and they are so many rush. They are rushed by the patient, so actually they ask a few questions, but that's not the proper way to treat a patient. So
Yes.
it can't be actually
Yeah.
a case. So
Yes.
what we have to do, my thing is, whoever is actually looking for the data, he can access the data. And for them, I am wanting to create the database for them,
Yeah.
so that they can access, and they can properly diagnose that what
Yeah.
happened or what is going on with the patient.
Yes. And it's going to be easier for them to diagnose.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So there are lots of suggestions for you. So people are really listening. I think pharmacists should be the key partners too, because her idea is backed by the government. So that's why she has added government as the key partner. But yes, she can use pharmacists as well. Okay.
Pharmacy will never give me the idea. Actually, they will never give me the data, and they will never keep the data of a customer.
Yes. On your
It
own.
happens
But
actually. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But if it's backed by the government, then they will be obliged to do that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Irfan says this app should not be limited to doctors only because doctors can charge more and make the lion's share. Yeah, that's the whole purpose. She's actually showing doctors how to earn more so that they are going to purchase her app. Okay, Hijab says, is possible to gather database for the patients, and in case yes, how you're going to ensure that patient confidentiality will be maintained? I already asked that question. So her way of maintaining confidentiality is that because she's going to have proper agreements with the government, and the government is going to oversee that as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct. And actually, only the doctor, those who are registered, will
Hmm.
be only, or will only access the data. Not all
Yeah.
pharmacy, not all the customers can actually access the data. In developed countries, it is only already there. This app
Yes.
is already there. They can access the only the doctors can access the data. In my country, I'm also thinking about that. Only the doctors that are registered with the government will access the data, and nobody else can see that. And for that, actually, I will need a good IT support, so that there
Yes.
will be no hacking or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
the thing.
Yes. So Hasnan, it answers your question as well. So thank you, Shaharia, for your time. And it's a great idea. And I wish you lots of best of luck. And do complete your business canvas model so that we can review it. And then the selection process will go on like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's see who else has prepared a business idea and their customer segments part. Okay, we have Muhammad Ans with us. Okay, let me unmute you. Muhammad Ans, you can speak now. Your voice is distorted again. I guess today your internet is not going to let you speak. Okay, let's move on to another, Muhammad Danial. Okay, Muhammad Danial, I'm going to unmute you and you can give your idea. Muhammad Danial.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. So your value proposition and first of all, your customer segment.
Exactly. And I want to mention here that I already had represented my business model
Nice.
canvas
Okay.
in the last session, but I made some improvements after I had
We are,
your last presentation.
yes, we are doing this assignment again because in the last presentation, you were not sure where to start from, what are your customer segments going to be, and how to collaborate it with your value proposition. So that's the main point we are targeting today in your assignments.
Exactly. And I also made many improvements in my business model canvas.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
more than happy to share it now. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
in customer segments, basically it's an e-commerce business.
Right.
So mostly customers we are going to target are the customers who are interested in online purchase, specifically related to
Segment.
fitness wear.
Okay. But
Yeah,
what's your segment? The broad category of segment.
it's the customers who are just interested in online purchasing. That's it.
Okay.
Let me mention more here, specifically related to fitness wear and beauty
Okay.
products
Right.
who are interested to buy. And we can target customers who are majorly inspired by physical fitness and climate change.
Okay.
So let me elaborate it more in my value proposition.
Okay.
So
Just a minute.
like,
Daniel, now there are two things. Target marketing is related to your marketing strategy. Segmentation,
yes,
as we discussed, it can be demographic, it can be mass market, it can be niche market. So what I gather from your customer segment is that you are targeting for a niche market,
exactly.
right? Then you can use the target marketing later on that in the stage. So your niche
Okay,
is
sure.
fitness concerned persons, right?
And beauty products.
Okay. And beauty concerned people as well, right?
Yes.
So what's your value proposition? What do you give them?
So we can give them comfortable fitness wear, which are going to be ranked and rated by the customers when they buy
Okay.
and they experience our products.
Right.
So we can rank according like how they rate our product. So the second, it could be like we can make our products 100% chemical free, mostly by like which are produced by natural products. Like it's very common
Right.
nowadays because there are a lot of chemical and makeup stuffs which can cause
Yes.
skin cancer and other related issues.
And
So
allergies. Yeah, definitely.
exactly. And we can in terms of physical fitness wears, we can like we can make them motivated by selling our physical fitness stuffs, uh, so that we can like what can I say, like we can make a big impact on their minds, and we can
Right.
so that they could get some motivation by our products.
Right.
Like,
So how do you differentiate your products from the competition?
because there's a lot of competition, I know, but most
Yes.
like there's a big market for for fitness wear and for beauty products.
Definitely. Yes.
So like it's not a branding thing. uh, we can sell them on lower costs, and in the market in which there is like really high demand, like we can say in Asian market specifically, because every person wants to look good, and you know in Asian countries there's a big population everywhere, so it's not a big deal if we are able to sell our products at low cost. I think so.
Right. You will be manufacturing these fitness wear by yourself?
No, not by ourselves. We will get a supplier for that.
Okay. So you will be acting as a retailer?
Exactly. So it's very common nowadays. Most of the e-commerce businesses like work on this thing,
Right.
on the same
So
business plans.
can we say it's
Even
like a shop on the Raz?
it could be our own website, and
Mm-hmm.
we can sell it on Amazon, Shopify.
Mm-hmm. Right.
in different countries. Like when
Got
we are
that.
going for e-commerce stuff, we are not going to restrict in a certain market.
Right.
We can sell it anywhere. Like if I am
Okay.
in Pakistan, I'm going to
Okay.
sell it in USA even. I'm going to sell it in India or somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
So
how are you going to
we can.
ensure quality with respect to your cost? Because when I am going to buy something online, and if I see someone has quoted the price cheaper than somebody else, the first thing that comes to my mind is that maybe there is something wrong with the product. And we all know that
Obviously,
you can get fake reviews as well. So one cannot even trust the reviews, the online reviews these days. So how are you
yes.
going to cater these problems?
So the thing is, like, if I'm going to sell my product on Amazon, so
Mm-hmm.
like the customers, our buyers from Amazon, they must review our product there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are going to buy our product from maybe Shopify, they must
Mm-hmm.
leave their review over there even. So it's not an
Mm-hmm.
issue nowadays. And it's if I want to make a good or better product in a market, so I think I have to introduce a good and better product in quality as well.
Yeah. So how are you going to
It's up
cover
to
the
me.
cost then?
So like if we have something in my mind, like there are a lot of beauty products and business like fitness wears
Mm-hmm.
specifically which are branded. They are
Yes.
I can say overly cost.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's a brand, and that brand gonna sell its product for $30 or
Mm-hmm.
$20. Like it
Mm-hmm.
could cost them around maybe $2 or $3.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays there is a big manufacturing market in China,
Mm-hmm.
in Thailand,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Philippines, in Vietnam, and
Yeah.
you can go to those manufacturers, and you can order the product of your demand, of your quality.
Right. Right.
Even like we can say, like we can take an example of iPhone. Like
Mm-hmm.
Apple is not gonna manufacture its phone by itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, they hire the manufacturer, the top manufacturers on the market,
Okay.
and
So
they
what
ask
are
them
you going to
to
do?
make a phone.
Are you going to buy that stock fully, or are you planning for drop shipping or something like that?
Like it's up to our system, our demand. Like if when we are going to start it, there must be like very low demand for our products. As
Yes.
soon as we are getting some appreciation, then we are making like bigger contracts with the market, with the manufacturer, so that we can cope up with our demands.
Okay. So we have a suggestion by Hasnan Mahmood. Such a business idea will require a competent team, definitely, especially the virtual assistant. Yes. Other issues may include product sourcing. Yes, product sourcing will be very important. Delivery channels. Yes. And also the use of Amazon and other sites will require adherence of their rules. Yes. And it becomes quite costly,
As let
and your registration easily gets cancelled as well. So what you have planned for that?
So let me mention it here. This is
Mm-hmm.
my plan for future. Currently, I
Mm-hmm.
have a business. It's my startup, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a software company in which I'm a software engineer by myself, and I'm
Okay.
doing ECCA.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have a lot of experience in software stuff, in online marketing, web development, and how to run a business or through.
Okay.
That's why I'm planning this business out. It could be like maybe after 6 months or a year, but I'm not going to initiate it right now
Yes.
because currently I'm already in some business, so I want
Okay.
it to grow in a better way.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So
I
it will be
know
nice to see a business model for this idea, because we will be able to get a better picture of your idea when you plot it in a business canvas model, because it shows the potential of the business idea. So I would be
exactly.
looking forward to your business canvas model for this idea, because
Sure,
it will
and
help
thank you
us
so much.
understand it much better. Okay, thank you very much, Mohammad Daniel.
Thank
So who else we have with us? Okay, we have Muhammad Anas again. Okay, I'm going to unmute you again. Muhammad Anas, you can speak now. I hope so. Your voice distortion has been removed. Muhammad Anas, you can speak. Okay, he can't. Okay, let's go to someone else. We have Usman Ali with us. Usman Ali, I'm going to unmute you and you can present your business idea.
Assalamu
Usman Ali.
alaikum. First of all,
Salam.
I'm sorry that I could not participate in the last session. Ma'am,
But
can you listen
did you
me?
go through the yeah, we can. Did you go through the video recording?
Yes, ma'am. I have just gone through the video recording and have checked the Canvas model, business Canvas model. Ma'am, I'm just now trying to start up my new business, which will be in the textile sector.
Right,
Ma'am. Getting to start my business in textile sector. Now I have decided to start a retail business in the business,
right.
textile business, textile business.
So I'm going to cut you here for
Ma'am,
a little
can you
time.
listen me? I
I'm
have this
asking you. Yeah,
network
I
issue.
can, I can. Yeah, I can. So why don't you start with your customer segment? Because that's the first thing I pointed out, that start with your customer segment and then it will be easier for us to understand your value proposition, whether it fulfills the needs of the customer segment. So what is your customer segment?
Mine customer segment will be based in the main markets of the clothing markets, just like the fabrics which will be just directly bought from the clothing in Pakistan, just like Faisalabad and the many other cities, including Lahore, where the large brands are located, as well as Safaris and other brands. So, ma'am, buying
Mass
clothes
market,
directly
we can
from
say
them
mass
would be
market.
suitable, and my customer segment my customer segment will be based the retailers like here trading in the local markets in the cities, and my suppliers will be just the mills, you can call it.
Okay, you are planning to sell to the retailers. You are going to be acting as a supplier. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to be selling these
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
end consumers.
No,
Okay, okay. So what's your value proposition here? Why are the retailers going to buy that from you?
ma'am, the retailers will buy from me because many of the mills here in Pakistan are just exporting the good quality of clothes to the foreign countries, and they are not
Hmm.
selling here in our countries to our end consumers. So just selling to the retailers will be just the suitable, as it will add
Hmm.
on the values, and it will be just transferred to the end consumers.
Right. So you're planning to go for the brands?
Yes, ma'am. Buying from that would be suitable because, ma'am, if we just try to make our own fabric, it will cost so much because the machineries of making the fabric will be so expensive.
Okay. So what is the need here you're fulfilling? What need did you notice? What is the gap that you have
Ma'am, the need
noticed
to
and you're fulfilling that?
the gap which I have noticed, because the people are paying so much for what they are trying to buy, but their need is not just fulfilled, as many of the goods quality of fabrics which they try to buy are just exported to the foreign countries, and they did not get what they are just paying out for that.
Right. So I would really like suggestions from the participants on this. It's a very easy idea to understand, and I would really like some input from the participants now. So Hasnan says selling clothes to retailer will require high working capital requirements, as mostly clothes retailer enjoys high credits from supplier. What do you have to say on this?
Ma'am, as my father is just operating in this industries,
Mm-hmm.
in just the blankets industries, it's require a lot of capital. I know about that, but uh, starting this business also just give you a lot of just return also.
Mm-hmm. Right. So anybody else has a question?
Ma'am, as many
So basically, you are going to, yeah, your voice is distorted. And Aksa, you are right. We all cannot hear him right now. So let's move on to the next participant as we are running short of time. And I am really looking towards listening to at least all of your ideas who have come up with the assignments. So next we have Nadeem Anjum with us. So Nadeem Anjum, I'm going to unmute you. Yes, now you are on self mute. Please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Salam. So
Uh,
what is your business idea? Start with the
uh,
customer segment.
my business idea actually based on vegetable application, online sale vegetable application, and the and my customer segment. Uh, I actually am buying vegetables from market, like sabzi mandi type, and I will
Mm-hmm.
sell it to the end consumer through my application, which is
Okay.
I want to build online application type, just like Draz type, but it is not on a big scale. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to start like a small scale, like in one city, based on
Right.
one city, okay,
Right.
and in a small scale.
Okay.
So basically,
So we can say
uh,
again, your customer segment is mass market, right? Anyone can
yeah,
purchase.
yes. And I can purchase and sell it to end consumer.
Yeah. And you are
And
dealing with vegetables.
yeah, yes,
So
absolutely.
how are you going to acquire them on a daily basis? What do you have in mind? How to fulfill the needs of the customer?
Actually, first it is in my mind. I think I need a team like 4 to 5 people, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, these people go to market on daily basis and purchase the vegetables on basis of orders which was received on previous matlab, previous night or something. We fix the time,
Oh, right.
okay,
The
on the
order will
base of
have to
the
be
orders.
placed at a predetermined time, and you are going to fulfill it the next day.
Yeah, basically I'm thinking about first time this is basically I'm thinking about this, but I think I need many improvement to uh,
Yeah, that's fine. That's
work
fine.
this.
As I mentioned earlier, that every idea is a great idea. You just have to find those pain points of the customers. Focus on what are the customer needs and how you can
Uh,
fulfill that. So you can make it, as long as your idea is fulfilling the need of a customer,
yes,
you can make it a
yes.
great idea. So let us help you how to make it unique, how to make it fulfill the needs of the customer. So I need suggestions from the participants. Let's refine the idea. So we are going to change this assignment a little bit. Let's help refine this idea. Hasnan says, pretty cool idea, but most of the buyers of vegetables are housewives, and if your desired market include villages, the relevant customer may not be able to understand how to use app. Yeah, but he can start by
No, no.
focusing on the areas which are developed at the moment, right? Do you
Yes.
maintain stock of vegetable, or is it just in time delivery? As he has already mentioned that he's planning to take pre-orders and then deliver the fresh vegetables the next day. So he's not going to maintain a stock for that. Muhammad Danial says there is always a sabzi wala selling fresh sabzi on cart. So how could you make your place in the market? People love to buy from sabzi wala and they love to negotiate. So what do you have to say about that?
Currently, I'm not tackle this thing. I know that the sabzi wala everywhere in a
Yeah,
small colony,
and will
but
be your competition.
yeah, in my competition. But nowadays, the new girls, these girls are very uh, sharp, and I I don't
Yeah,
know what to.
we all love to home deliver everything these days. After
Yeah,
the pandemic,
just like
the scene has changed. Definitely, you're
just
right.
yeah, just like food panda. Even we have food on our home, but we order food through food panda.
Hmm.
Just like people maybe now people in future, not in after 1 or 2 years, maybe people change, and they can buy sabzi from vegetables from online market, like on through an application type. Um,
Hmm.
uh, just
Yeah,
just an idea. I didn't
yes,
think.
definitely. Obviously, you can refine it. There is potential in this idea, but you have to focus on the pain points of the customers. For example, pre-ordering can also be a pain point for a customer.
Yes, it is. But initially, I have to I have to start with the uh, pre-order. But after sometimes I will continue with the stock.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. So you can always target for the pain points. You can identify those. We have some suggestions here. You can look into them. Uh, Aisha Munir is saying, but with vegetables, the quality of vegetables would be compromised. The storage facilities are not up to par. Yeah, he can look into that, but currently he's not planning for storage. Yes, most women left to do the bargaining, but the younger generation and working women, it will be beneficial. Yeah, so your idea has the potential. There is a website similar to your idea. Do visit Sun Gold Organic. So see, here's a suggestion for you. Sun
Okay,
Gold Organic. You can always visit that website and you will get an idea of how to refine your idea.
okay, ma'am.
Like if you follow our prescription, you can lose weight within months. Yes. So here's a great idea. Muhammad Danial has provided you with a suggestion that why not prescribe some good vegetables on a daily basis and suggest them that these are the fresh vegetables that can help you lose weight as well. And
Okay,
or you can add that these vegetables, or you can go for some organic vegetable farms, you can acquire the vegetables from there. So
right.
there are similar ideas that you can use. Okay, do you know there is a huge price gap from buying directly from the farm and bringing it to the shop? If you can work on the supply chain, you can sell at lower price in comparison with market price. Yes, Hijab has given you a very good suggestion here that if you are going to reduce that supply chain price, then you can actually grab some market share here. Because
Sure.
definitely the 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 vegetables when reach the end consumer, they get quite expensive.
Mm, right.
Okay. So now you can refine your ideas and you have to put it on the business canvas model. Do
Okay,
try
ma'am.
that because it will help us understand what are those points that you are lacking or where you need to put some thought.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so next we have Muzaffar Hussain. Muzaffar Hussain, I'm going to unmute you and you have to present your customer segment and value proposition quickly. Okay, Muzaffar Hussain.
Assalamu alaikum, madam.
Walaikum salam. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, first of all, I would like to share the customer segment. My customer segment is SME with 2 to 3 years experience in running their business.
Okay.
And my value proposition or business is providing BPO and other related ancillary services with affordable cost with quality higher than market standard.
Okay. So what is going to differentiate you from the competition?
First of all, the cost. Most of the consultancy service are provided from a fixed office, and that's takes a lots of cost to providing that services. And I would like to provide the same service, but virtually. I would like
And
to provide
how do
that
you
service.
propose to do that? How are you going to manage use cost?
Okay, first of all, I won't hire any office. There will be fixed asset will be minimized as far as possible.
Right.
That is one part, and another part is experience. I have already done lots of work in this area, and so I have some template or some idea or experience that I can share with the SMEs to run their business properly.
Right. So you will not be hiring any teammates with you?
Yes, I would like to hire apprentice, and I would like to train them, and then I will provide the service.
Okay, because you will be training them, so you are assuming that their cost will be low.
Yeah, I will take a semi-skilled employee or apprentice, and then try to hire up their skill and utilize them in my service.
Right. Right. So from your point of view, what I gather is that you think the pain point of your customer segment is basically cost. Is that correct?
Cost and quality service, because sometimes they do pay less, but ultimately they don't get what they are looking for. And they are at basically at the first time I mentioned that my customer will be SME with 2 to 3 years experience in running business, because at first 1 or 2 years they normally focus on managing their business, so they are not so focused on their managing their report or data. So after 2 to 3 years, they found themselves in a position that they don't know where they are actually. But they want to know, and some reporting requirement or regulatory things also come into they need to comply with on that time. So on that time, they don't have so much option. They need to pay, but most of the time they don't get the services.
Okay.
So
what are the
cost,
key services that you will be providing? Have you identified the key services?
Yeah. First of all, accounting package implementation, because they need to make their data into the system to generate report, and I need to do the data migration, because they have data, but they normally will be very scattered. They will be available in a scattered manner in a notebook or Excel, anywhere. So I will provide them data migration service. After that, I will provide them BPO service. So day to day, if they don't want to employ any employee, because they will not be that will be very costly for them to employ a proper accountant in that position. So I will provide them. And after that, if they want to employ anyone, I will provide training as well. If they want training.
What are your plans for customer acquisition?
I would like to focus on word of mouth. First of all, I do have some connection. Firstly, I will provide this service in the those are my acquaintance, and after that, I would like to that they will spread my service. At the same time, I will do some digital marketing as well. But their
Okay.
testimonial will be there, and it can be verified digitally.
Okay. So let's ask the audience if they have any questions for you. Any suggestions? Any questions for this idea? It's a good one, and it definitely has a market, and a lot of people are already doing this as well. So definitely you're going to be having competition, but you have your plan all settled out. So let's see what we have suggestions here. Any suggestions? Any questions? No? Are you back into the cold zone? Warming up? Okay. So it seems we don't have. Okay, we have. Muhammad Daniel says, the why would someone interested in your business when there are already trusted names providing secure and similar service in the market? Yes, I already said that. And secondly, how could they trust your trainee? Because as soon as he learns that software, he will move towards other who can pay more. Yes, you are going to face that as well. Business doesn't like their employees or contractor to leave that soon. Yeah, what do you have to say that say for this?
Okay. First of all, as I said, my segment is SME. They don't have that luxury to go to the so expensive consultancy firm, and they don't need it. First of all, they need a consultant who will listen their problem and deliver the service. And first of all, I know I will give them a plan that will definitely force them to take my service, because I provide this service to other SMEs. I know what's normally they face. Even that customer will see that I am just depict all their problem in my planning. So they will definitely will trust me in taking my service, I think.
Have you prepared your business canvas model?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Do submit it, and we have many ACCA members already working on such plans. So you will be able to get a lot of help in this area. They can provide you with expert opinions as well. So do submit your business canvas model, because there will be opportunities for you to work on this with them.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you very much. So next participant we have Hijab Zedi. Hijab, Hijab, I have unmuted you.
Hi, Tamina. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. So
Hi,
what's
can you
your
hear me?
customer segment? Yeah, we can. What's your customer segment?
Okay. My customer segment is mass market. Firstly, I'm putting my idea out. Like actually, this idea hit me when my sister was getting married, and we are looking for the lawns, and we are like unable to find a proper lawn or like a proper arrangement for this now. So I was like, there should be something, like there should be something app or something where I can actually get the data which place or which lawn is available for us, and what price, and what are the prerequisite for the arrangement, and what arrangement I can do, and what, like it's according to my wish and will. So I was like, and this another event happened. We were like confirming we were asking the price for the place to be rented and to be decorated, and he said he will be final this place in 300,000. So we were like, we next week like we didn't confirm it, but we said okay, it's like a verbal discussion, and we are saying that we are going for this. And then we visit him the next week, and he was like, sorry, I have to raise up my rent, because the December and January month is like, it's a total wedding season. So he was like, sorry, we are not going to give you in that 300,000. Now the price have been shifted, and he has actually raised the price about significant amount. So I was like, this is not done. You can do the business like this, like you have told us something else. Now you are like, you are
backing
cashing
out.
the opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I was like, there must be an app because when you are looking for the loan, you have to visit so many places, and it's kind of difficult to go every place and find the place you want. So I have decided to make an app and where I can register. The most difficult thing which I at the moment realize is to get the data, because we have to consider the wish list of the customers, because mostly people are preferring to the open place and some people are preferring to the lawn. So we have to keep that mind, and we have to collect the data of whole, like Karachi, and Karachi is a mass place. Like I cannot
Yes.
easily get the data, and it kind of difficult to communicate my plan, and not just to communicate, and it is difficult to get the actually that person on the app. It's a kind of a difficult job to done. But if
And how to
this
keep the
can
data
work,
updated as well.
exactly, with the price and with the services they are providing and the place and the all these theme details, we have to get the proper details that can help the customer. Rather than going to in person, they can choose the place over on that app, and then can select where they want to according to their living area and where they are living close to their place. So that's my plan. There is so I have selected the mass market about that what value proposition my idea is going to give is that easiness. Like it's kind of difficult to go, like if I live in Malikan, then I have to go very far place to find out the lawn or the place for the arrangement. And at times it is difficult, especially in the season when there is a wedding season is going on, like January, December, February. Like cold months are considered to be the wedding season in our country, na?
Yeah, definitely.
So I have decided to make a proper app and shared all the details, and people can even pre-book their places to avoid any inconvenience at the because it was so random that we are going to arrange. It was so difficult to get the place according to our choices at the last moment. So if we do the pre-ordering, we can catch that opportunity, and the price will be like the price is much lower than the price they are going to charge the customer.
So
And
in your
the
business,
channel I have,
so sorry to cut you. If you're going to plot your business canvas model for this, the main things you will be focusing on that are going to be a little bit problematic for you are going to be the key activities and the key partners. Do focus
the
on them
main
when you are
data,
going to design those.
yeah,
That area is
the
going to
most
require some
important,
time for this.
the most important, like what I find out, like I did some like I just go to the random people, two random people, and I have communicated this idea, and they were like, कौन पड़ेगा इस झंझट में? So I was like, it is much easier for the people to communicate through the app rather than coming and going to the different lawns and then find out that acha, there is a long process to
Definitely.
follow.
Yeah.
You have to do that process like months before the wedding season. So I felt there should be something convenient for the people rather than going to
Yeah, it's a good idea.
different
It's a good idea. So let's see
but
what
the
our
difficulty
participants
is
have
to
to
find the
contribute
data
for.
and yeah, and a proper working app which can be like easy to use and user friendly for the people.
Yeah, that can be a few challenges. One of the few
Yeah.
challenges for you. So what we have from Aksa suggestion, you can come up with app because there is gap. Yes, it's a good idea. There is a gap you have identified, and you have very nicely pointed out the pain points as well. So you can work
Yeah.
with wedding planners already in the market, as they would have data
Yeah.
already with them, and you can work up that idea in the countries as well, as it will be convenient. Yeah, a good suggestion by Aksa. Okay, next we have Mohammad Danial. He says it's a great idea, and there are many service providers who are already providing services in stable markets, but in developing countries, it's hard to comply with things like this. Yes, he's right. So we have plenty full of suggestions for you, but we are running short of time, so we'll move on. Do plot your idea on the business canvas model, because
Sure.
it is a nice idea and it has the potential in it.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you for
I have a suggestion. It will be very convenient if you allowed the people to unmute and ask their question or give their suggestion. Like I was typing, I have so many. I have to type like multiple times to send a comment over there. Until then, the other person have already mentioned that. it was kind of a bit inconvenient, but it would be very convenient if we are allowed to unmute our mic and speak out. Thank you.
Okay. Firoz, you must have noted that, and do let me know if this can be worked out. So next we have Sara Batul, and I guess Sara, you are the last participants for today. So Sara, I'm going to unmute you and you can present your customer segment and your value proposition. Okay, Sara has gone offline. Sara is back. Sara, unmute yourself.
Hi again, Temina.
Hi. So what's
Yeah,
your
sorry, I
value
lost the
proposition customer
connection for
segment?
a while. Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
quickly, my value proposition, the business idea is basically the name of the company would be Visibility. And it's a consultancy company providing consultancy in a number of areas, which is our value proposition too, and the USP that it would be tax, accountancy, and marketing and PR together. So a lot of people are providing consultancy in tax and accountancy, but not together with marketing and PR, which is basically the value proposition. And our customer segment would be mainly startups and restaurants. Basically, we were living in DHA in Beria, Islamabad, and we noticed that it wasn't developed when we settled there like 8 years back. And some commercial markets were developing gradually, and a lot of eateries were opening up, and they were not visible to the general public and not accessible as well. Like they wouldn't know that they exist there. So that's when we decided to go for this concept of making them visible, and through like try to pitch in all of these three areas. But if not, try to penetrate firstly through tax and accountancy, and then when they know our services well, and then we could go on to more other business solutions too, like management consultancy as well. But definitely in making them visible in whatever is holding them from being visible. So that was the main idea. Yeah.
Yeah, the pain points that you have considered.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Zara. As we are short of time, so we will not be discussing much in detail. But do
Okay.
provide your suggestions in the WhatsApp group that you all have been added to, or you have already joined, I guess. So do provide your
Yes, that would
suggestions
be,
there. Yeah, or you can
that would be
type in
helpful.
your suggestions here in the question box for Zara to read.
Yes, because actually business ideas have been discussed in previous sessions too, but with the first time I'm pitching, so it would be great whatever everyone thinks
Yes,
about it. So
definitely.
that would be helpful. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tamina. Okay.
Thank you, Zara. So please send in your suggestions for Zara. These suggestions are very helpful, and you can also comment or post your suggestions in your groups as well. So I guess everybody has been done till now, and we can move on to our next session slides. Okay. Everybody that has been done, please unraise your hands. It will be easier for me to see if there is anybody left who hasn't spoken yet and wanted to and was willing to. Okay, I don't see any hand raises. Okay, there is just one. Sarah, you have already spoken, I guess. Sarah, I have unmuted you. Is there anything else you want to say? I guess you have presented your idea. Okay, there's no more hand raises. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we have Zahra has spoken up. Hasnan has already spoken up, I guess. Okay, let me ask because we are short of time. Hasnan, I have unmuted you. What is that you have to say?
Good evening, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Briefly, just let me know.
Yes. So my customer segment is paper mill industries in specifically Punjab region.
Okay.
We have already been providing the paper waste to many of the paper mills in this region. So the value proposition, which I think we can enhance and gain a much larger share is there are certain qualities of paper waste, which although there are some suppliers they are providing, but they are providing in very low quantity and at wrong times. So
Okay.
our focus is to provide in mass quantity and at the right time. So
Okay.
uh,
So the
this is
pain
the
point is, do highlight the pain point.
yes, pain point is right quality with mass quantity on the right time.
Okay, and you think that this need is not being fulfilled?
Yes, there is a potential. There is a huge gap which can be fulfilled, and the current suppliers which they are providing the paper waste are majority of persons who are very illiterate and don't know the actual needs of paper mills in Pakistan. So
Right.
we
Have you
have been
drafted
blessed.
your business canvas model for this?
No, I have not. Actually, I have been
Yeah,
busy,
you
very
have to
busy.
do that. It's a good idea, but we can get a overall your the main essence of your business idea when you plot it in the business canvas model.
Okay.
So you have to complete that.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so do complete that. Thank you for presenting your business idea. So Zahra says, I haven't spoken. Okay, Zahra, I am unmuting you and you have to speak briefly. Okay, Zahra, you can speak now. I have unmuted you.
Yeah, so my business idea is actually about mentorship in the Islamic finance sector. So my customer segment that I'm trying to target is a niche market. So actually, it's students or postgraduates who are just starting their careers and they want to achieve financial stability and want to learn how to earn through Islamic finance. So the value proposition that I'm going to provide is to guide them in that manner and give them personalized courses, online consultations, like one-to-one mentorship programs like that.
Zahra,
So
can you highlight the pain point?
the pain point is that many that I've realized that happened to me also, that after I graduated from my bachelor's program, I realized that I was having difficulty in finding my right path to start earning, and actually I was unable to have any financial stability. So
Right.
that's what I'm targeting, those kind of people I'm targeting.
Right. Okay. So anybody has any suggestions for Zahra, do post them here. And Zahra, have you completed your business canvas model?
Yeah, I did present it last Saturday in the
Yeah,
unmoderated session.
but you'll have to refine it
Yeah, sure.
because a lot of new things were added in the last session.
Yes, sure. I have to refine it.
Okay, so do complete your business canvas model and submit it. Okay, thank you, Zara. And we are short of time, so we won't be speaking much. We have Sayed Saad, or everybody is done. I guess everybody is done. We don't have any more hand raises. Zara is done. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. And then when once you have refined your business ideas and you have plotted it in the business canvas model, so you will be able to submit those business canvas models, and then we will be able to discuss them in your unmoderated sessions as well. So what do we have next for us? Let me adjust the screen. Can you see the presentation, PowerPoint presentation? Just type in yes if you can. Yes. Okay. So what we are going to discuss right now is how to proceed with your business canvas model. You already know one thing, that once you have plotted your business canvas model, it can be very helpful. So the next step is going to be to validate your business canvas model. Okay. So in the words of Steve Blank, as he says, that you may be smart, but you are not smarter than the collective intelligence of your potential customers. So do keep in mind that no matter how much smart you think you are, but it is nothing compared to the collective intelligence of your potential customers. So it perfectly reflects the importance of validating your business canvas model. That are we going to discuss today. So you need to make assumptions about how you will create, deliver, and capture the value, but you also need to validate those points through testing, talking, and measuring. So what is the need of a business canvas model is basically we can validate that in a few steps very easily, and that will help us understand whether the idea holds the potential to gather a market or to be successful. So it can help you gather a lot of knowledge and experience as well. So what are those easy steps? Let's see. So how do you validate your business canvas model? So the first step is going to be, how will your startup deliver value? So that's going to be your first step. Consider, how is your startup going to deliver value, which means understanding how your startup is going to deliver value to its customers. You essentially need to value three core ideas. And what are those three core ideas? What your value proposition is. You have already highlighted that in your business canvas model, so it helps here. The second thing is, how are you going to create and nurture your customer relationships? Again, you have already considered that by considering the pain points in your business canvas model. Then the third core element that you need to validate is, how will the customers be able to access your startup? And we have already been discussing in today's session about the customer acquisition. We asked many participants, what do you think will be the system for your customer acquisition? So that's the third core area that you need to validate. So your value proposition shouldn't be a singular benefit. Do keep that in mind. But a core value you are looking to offer. Good value propositions should be usually about performance, customization, or it can be about design, price, cost reduction. As you have all noticed today, that different ideas were giving different types of value propositions. So, in terms of customer relationships, your focus needs to be on solving how you will acquire, retain, and upsell to your customers. That's the key part here. So many businesses make the mistake of focusing just on acquiring new customers and forget about the importance of maintaining customer loyalty after the first purchase. So most of the time, a mistake that is being done is you focus on the first purchase and then you fail to retain your customers. And that's why validating your value proposition is very important. So how do we do that? There is an example I'm going to quote from, that's from Innovation Can Help Nonprofit Identity Adjacent Opportunities. During the Ebola outbreak, Doctors Without Borders, you must have heard about that, developed an educational game app, and it helped to teach individuals about Ebola, and it helped to adjust the social behaviors for safety. So at that time, it gained over 1 million clicks on the social media. And what they did next was, later when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, they found out that what they're going to do is use the same customer base and going to use a new application using the power of crowdsourcing in that case study. So that's how they used the same customer base for the pandemic as well. So they didn't lose their customers, they didn't lose their clicks. So they were able to use the same customers in their further apps. So what you are going to see is that that's something you have to predetermine at the very beginning of your business plan. So what you are going to do is, how can you validate these core ideas now? In easy steps, you can do that. In order to validate your value proposition, your customer relationship, and your customer channels, these are the three things you are going to validate, as I have mentioned before. So there are three clever ways to do that easily. What you are going to do is, first of all, you can consider conducting a market research, and many of you have already done that. So next thing you can do is talk to your customers about the pain points. You have some idea about the pain points, but it's not as real as when you talk to your customers. So the second thing you can do is to validate your value proposition, to validate the fact that the pain points you have considered, whether they are real or not, you go and talk to the customers about the pain points and demonstrate how your solution works. So let's see how the customer responds at that point. So we already heard a few participants tell us that they have done similar tasks. So consider that as a validation. So the third thing you can do is receive a feedback and use it as a validation through queries, interviews, or you can use surveys as well. So how can you use that? You can go to survey sites, or you can use website landing pages, or you can do cold calling as well. So these are some of the techniques that you can use for validating your value proposition. So we can say it's part of the testing process. So what you can do is, I'm referring to a blog post by strategizer Nabila Amarsi. You can read about this in further detail there. So now let's see what is going to be our next step for validating our business canvas model. So in the next step, what you are going to do is, you are going to focus on how will your startup create value. So the first thing was, you were focusing on how will your startup deliver value. Now you can see the difference. And the next thing you are going to test or validate is how your startup creates value. So what about creating value? What are you going to do is, next you need to validate your ability to actually create value. Your attention turns to three core issues again. Focus on the core issues while validating your business canvas model. So it's very important, and it helps you to gather that investment that you need. In the previous sessions, we have already mentioned that all you need are customers, and customers generate revenue. And if your idea has the potential to generate revenue, then it's not hard to get investments or funding. So what you need to do is validate your business idea, how you're going to do that, how you're going to see that whether your startup can create value or not. The three core values you will be focusing on are: who are the partners that your startup will need to work with? Those are the points that are going to help you validate whether the startup is going to create value or not. The next core element is going to be: what are the things that you need to do in order to generate things such as your value proposition? So we can say the key activities. And the third thing you are focusing here to validate is: what are the specific resources you need to generate value? So what are the three core points that you are validating now? Uh, in step 2, that is, how will you startup create value? The 3 points are your key partners, your resources, and your key activities. So how do you validate these 3 boxes of your business canvas model? So it's very easy again. What you do is, you just try to launch a minimum viable product. Now, what is a minimum viable product? Well, a minimum viable product will actually allow you to validate all 3 of these core areas. To understand minimum viable product, you can understand from this picture. As you can see, what you do is, you start with the minimum resources, a prototype of your product or service. For example, if you're planning to launch a motor car, what you do is, you start with a skateboard. So it's a perfect example of a minimum viable project. So minimum viable product will be a skateboard. And what you do next is, once you have tested your capacity, your key partners, your key activities for the skateboard, now you can move into the second phase, which is going to be the bicycle. And then you do all the testing process once again for the bicycle. And then you can convert it into a motorbike, and finally into the car. That is your final product. So what you do is, you divide your product into different phases. You start with a prototype, that is your minimum viable product. Now minimum viable product will help you experiment. We already had a participant who said that I will be experimenting with my idea on a smaller scale. So what he was proposing was that he's going for minimum viable product. So what you can do is, one of the ideas, as I have suggested, that the best way to validate your key activities, your resources, your key partners, is to come up with a minimum viable product. At this stage, you could also begin validating the core point through a limited launch of the product or service. Yes, it will be a limited launch. You are not going to invest a lot of money in this. You are going to start with a minimum viable product because you are going to invest limited resources here. So assumption is to test without jeopardizing your startup's finances. You're going to save those financing, and you're going to test your idea. So what is the step 3 now? So what you do next is, in validating your business model canvas, is how will your startup capture value now? Now that's your third point. So what it relates to is the final step to validating your business model is actually dealing with the ability to capture the value that you have created with the previous segments. So you will essentially need to figure out whether your startup has chosen the right approach to making a profit by reducing fixed costs or maximizing your gross margin. So actually what are you doing is you're working on your revenue area, a revenue block, and your cost structure block. And now you're seeing how well it accommodates the value proposition. So what are the two core areas that you are going to be testing here? As I have mentioned, those are, what does the cost structure of your startup look like, and what are the different ways you can generate revenue? So these are the two blocks of the business model canvas that you can be can validate. So how are you going to validate these? Very easy again. Validate directly through the customers. The first thing you can do is validating your startup's ability to capture value will be easier for you if you have already taken the above two steps I have mentioned, if you have developed the minimum viable product. So you have an idea of the cost structure by using the prototype minimum viable product, and you know what will it cost to deliver that solution to the people. So you have also paid attention to your customer service channels, you have identified the market routes, and all you need is to take the orders from the customers. So now you have now you are in the process of testing your idea, and you are going to see how much revenue it's generating. Now what you can do is, what is the most attractive thing about it, that when you are going to present your idea to investors, you can use this as a point of that will be your edge to other people pitching their ideas, and then you will be able to use this because you have already tested your idea, and you can prove that it has potential. So furthermore, by talking to your customers, what you have learned about their views, that can also be used. And you should further use service and competition pricing again, that can be used to understand how your startup can capture the value. You can't just validate your market, just remember that you also need to ensure the market is willing to pay for your proposed solution. That's a key element. Not all customers are good customers. So if you don't achieve traction, if no one is willing to pay for your product, just remember your value proposition has failed here. So you still don't have a real problem here. Why? Because if there was a real problem, if you think there was a real problem, you would have it was then when you would have invested all of your finances. So don't forget, you had developed a minimum viable product, you had come up with limited finances, you were doing on a very small scale. So there is nothing for you to worry. You can always refine your idea. So therefore, testing pricing points is important at this point, and it can be done easily. So what you can do is, as an idea, you can use focus groups for that. You can create experimental groups for you, or you can use website landing pages for that. So what you need here is to pay attention to the ways you can create revenue here. So what you have to do is, we can say in short, you are going to do 3 steps basically: define, test, and correct. That's how you are going to test your business model. So validating a startup's business model is reliant on we can say 3 key behaviors. That's I have already mentioned: defining, testing, and correcting. So you don't want to approach validating without having a clear set of assumptions that you are testing. So that's your way to test your business model. So the next step that comes here is, the next thing you do is, you're going to tell your story. Now you have tested your idea. Now you have prepared your business canvas model. So what we do is, now you are ready to tell your stories. Now remember one thing about the stories. Stories are what make us human beings actually. We imagine our lives as a story. You will all agree to that. And doing so, it gives us meaning and purpose. So stories help us feel like we are part of something bigger than ourselves. So do consider that as humans, we all feel that stories are part of our lives. So telling powerful stories about who you are and how you help your customers make you stand out from your competition. So knowing your story gives you a new energy. No longer will you have to bottle up those distilled passions, and but you will be like a spring of inspiration. So how can you tell your story in such a magical way? The more magic you put to your story, the more interesting it will be for the investors. You have done the groundwork. You have a business canvas model with you. You have tested your idea. So what you do is you just come up with a nice story. So what are the easy steps that you can do to come up with the story? The first thing you are going to do is visit your business heritage. So before telling the story of where your business is today, what you are going to do is that you will dig into your past. That's the best thing. And we observed a few participants did that. When they were presenting their ideas, there were a few participants that were telling me about their past interests. They were digging into their past. So that's what you are required to do. This gives you a sense of being part of a bigger story when you incorporate yourself into the story. So remember, you are the hero of your story, and you are going to provide the direction and inspiration for your story. So all you have to do is, what you do is that you narrow down the history of your own business idea. So what you do is next is then you bring that personal past into the story. So an example can be, we have often heard entrepreneurs saying that my grandfather worked his way out of extreme poverty and by starting his own business, and so this inspires me. So it's a way of bringing your past into the story and making it personal. So the following questions that I will be providing you that you can use to build a story. What can those questions be? How and when was your entrepreneurship journey started? We all have our little bit of memories of childhood when we started our first entrepreneurship business or something like that. For example, I remember my cake bake sale. I will consider it as my first entrepreneurship project because I was only around 6 years old, I guess. So I remember that, and I do think that it did left a mark on me, and maybe my inspiration to become an entrepreneur today stemmed from that bake sale. So bring that personalized elements of you. You all must have some type of entrepreneurship experiences of your childhood or of your young age. So do bring that in. So next question you can bring into your story is, who are your business heroes? Do discuss about your business heroes. Who does inspire you? Do talk about them in your business stories. The third question you can incorporate in your story is, what struggles have you overcome? Talk about your struggles. There is a great way to personalize a story, and that is to talk about your struggles. And do remember, as Sajid have already showed you the different Shark Tank videos, you must have observed one thing. They were all talking about their past struggles. How did they overcome those struggles? How did they come up with the idea? So do incorporate that element as well when you're visiting your business heritage. So what was the first product or service you sold? Do talk about that as well. So these are a few questions that you can use to come up with a story for to visit your business heritage. And that was your step 1. Step 2 is very easy. Inject purpose. We all should know that a story can only leave impact if it has a purpose. Both stories and businesses need a driving force to push them forward and keep them moving. Do keep that in mind. And for that purpose, your current business story can be driven by the elevator pitch that you have already visited. All of you know about that. You can use that as well. This summarizes what your business does and what makes your business a unique character in a broader story of the marketplace. So consider the marketplace as a broader story and your business as a key element of that. So once you have injected the purpose, for example, one of the participants said that my purpose will be to empower women. So women empowerment is a purpose that you are giving to your business. So it will make it attractive. The next thing that you can do is add values. Well, values add another dimension to your business story. Values are essential to all storytelling, and we do agree with that. We all, whenever talk about stories, there is always a moral value or some type of value attached to it. So what you are going to do is you're going to add a value. How you can add a value is very easy. Your goals can be your values, because your goals drive your business forward. So what your business do is, what are your goals? They can be rooted in your values. So that's how you add a value to your story. So 3 steps you have completed till now. You have visited your business heritage, you have injected the purpose, and then you have given it value. You have added the value element. Now it's already appearing quite attractive to whoever you are going to tell. So the last thing you are going to do is, now you are going to weave together the narrative. How you are going to do that is quite simple. You have already come up with your business canvas model. You have all the blocks together. You have talked about your business heritage. You have injected the purpose. You have added the values. So the next thing you do is talk about each of the block as a single scene. For example, when you are talking about your uh, add value step 3, you can relate it to your value proposition. When you are talking about your business heritage, you can relate it to your customer segment. When you're talking about inject purpose, you can talk about your key activities. So what you do is, in all these steps, you talk about one block at a time. Do remember one thing: never talk about all your blocks in entirety. Always focus while telling the story on one block, so that the investors or whoever you are pitching your idea to will remain interested. He or she will be waiting for the next step of your story. So it creates that sort of a thrill or suspense in your story. So what I will be suggesting is that enjoy your story as it unfolds. When you're telling your story, enjoy it deeply. Remember, you are the in charge of it. You don't get to choose your challenges. That's acceptable. You don't need to control your challenges. But remember, how you react to your challenges is in your hand. So the fears are acceptable as long as you know how to react to them. So that's your power as the hero of your business story. So you are the hero of your story, and the whole story can become magical if you follow these easy 4 steps. So that's all for today. And before moving to the end of our session, to the assignments, let's see if you have any questions or anything else, because we are out of time. Okay, I guess you have all understood that. How to put your story, how to validate your business idea, and all of these are important parts. Thank you, Aksa. So what is the assignment going to be? So as I have mentioned earlier, that we will be selecting participants and you will be getting the certificate only if you are capable of producing your business canvas model at the end, and then you will be asked to present the story. So what is your assignment? Submit your completed canvas, which is a requirement as I have stated, and tell your story, which will be optional, because participants will be selected and then they will be going to presenting their story in the manner I have already suggested. An extra step that you can do is, you can record your story, you can make a short video of your story, or you can upload it on YouTube, or you don't have to upload on YouTube. You can always view your story, and this will help you to give yourself suggestions. This will help you criticize yourself, how to make your story more flexible, more strong, and how to strengthen it, and to identify the gaps in your story. So that's a wonderful way to do it. So I hope so you will be coming up with your assignments, and I will be looking forward to it. Is there anything else you would like to say? Because that's all from my side. This is for Saturday. Yes, you have a deadline till the Saturday. You can discuss your questions or queries. You have deadline for next Monday, I guess. Next Monday you can definitely submit your assignments. That's the last date. Firoz will be sharing a link with you. You can use that link to upload your assignment. Thank you, Umair. where to submit, as I have said that. Okay, now Sayed Saad, did you read my idea? I don't think so. Sayed Saad, got your idea? Maybe I wouldn't be able to speak to my customer segment is to introduce comforters or blankets, temperature controlled, pretty much linked with the sharks video. Okay, sounds nice. Sayed Saad, if you weren't able to, then I guess in the next unmoderated session, it would be nice if you speak up and you provide your business canvas model. So all those participants who were not prepared today, they will have a chance in the unmoderated session to present your business idea and definitely your business canvas model. If anyone is going to be coming up in the unmoderated session, I would expect that you will be prepared with your business canvas model. So because it will be very helpful for you, we will be able to give you suggestions how to refine your business canvas model. And you know the deadline is Monday. So that's all for today. It was very nice being with you, and I hope you learned something from these sessions, and I will be looking forward to your business ideas and your business canvas model. So bye for now, and have a great weekend, coming weekend. Okay, bye.